Hey guys, Warman, how you doing? Um, just want to do a video, kind of an unusual video for the channel, but I wanted to kind of give some advice for any of you youngins out there that are thinking about streaming. Not necessarily YouTube or TikTok or anything like that. I'm just gonna kind of focus on streaming and just give you a little bit of advice, some stuff that I never really did because I've done a lot of soul searching in the past couple months, and I've ultimately found out that I don't think I ever really wanted to make it streaming, because if I did, I would have done these things. And it took me realizing that it might not be the thing for me to finally understand what I should have done. So let's start with like just Twitch, right? In general, you're gonna notice a lot of things when you go on Twitch, and it's not uncommon to see somebody that is streaming to one or two viewers that has a computer that's worth upwards of $3,000. It's just commonplace now. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I want to kind of like just say this right out before I start ragging on people. I don't care how expensive your computer is, and I'm not going to shame you for buying things you enjoy, okay? A lot of streamers have very expensive things in the background to try to allure people, to show people what their interests are. I don't know, Halo Infinite statues, Gears of War statues, or like the fucking Thanos glove, or, you know, these expensive $200-300 statues. They look fucking amazing, right? They're really good pieces of artwork that are mass produced, but they look nice. And they make for interesting knickknacks to have in the back, right? Like I have things in my background too, so I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say, you know, you shouldn't go buy these things. And of course, I'm not gonna do that. You're allowed to do what you want with your money, and you can enjoy yourself however you want. If this is what brings you pleasure, who the hell am I to tell you what to do? But what I am gonna say is, you should probably invest in your stream in ways that will actually help your stream. And then you can buy all the knickknacks and personality traits that you put behind you. You can buy those later. Okay, so what do I mean? I see streamers that have the PewDiePie chair. I think it costs like $400, right? It's a cool chair. It's a really cool chair. Go get it if you want a chair. But they'll be streaming to 3 viewers. And the irony is, if they would have just used their old chair, which I'm sure was fine, it just wasn't orange and striped. If they would have just put that $400 into advertising their stream, like Facebook advertising or Instagram or whatever your social media platform of choice is, you would have had actual views. People would actually know you exist, and you would potentially have actual followers that would actually donate to your actual channel. And instead, you valued having a cool chair in your background, and you thought that is what's going to have people watch your stream more. Now, obviously, that's not going through your head. It's probably not, how do I get more viewers? A chair. I'm not saying you're dumb, right? That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, if you were to say which one's more valuable to your stream long-term, it's definitely advertising yourself on these platforms, and it never crossed my mind to do it. I don't know if it was because I didn't think my content was good enough, and I was actually afraid of people coming, for spending a lot of money and not really getting much out of it. But you're never really going to know if your content's good, because that's the thing. Twitch isn't an organic sort of way to know if your content's vibing with the kids, right? I'd say if you're going to do it free, I would test out the waters of TikTok, right? TikTok's pretty a good way to understand if your content's good or not. It's a pretty hit. It's like you get a pretty fast idea of like what's vibing with the kids and what isn't, right? If you post something to TikTok and it gets 20 views, it's shit content. If it gets 100 views, that means you're onto something, right? At least enough people saw it, so it threw it through the algorithm for like an hour, and then it died out. But if it's getting like 20 views, think again. People don't want it. Mix it up. Anyways, advertising on social media is, I think, really overlooked by a lot of streamers. I think. Obviously they look at people like Shroud and Ninja and all these high-end streamers, and they have like cool setups and stuff like that. And, obviously they want to emulate this, kind of like when car guys see famous car people and they've got cool cars and they've got all these custom modifications. It's like, yeah, these people who are working 9 to 5 jobs want to go and buy these cool turbo kits and shit for their car. So I'm not saying you're in the wrong for wanting to own these things and buy these things. But what I am saying is if you are truly serious about streaming, you would do the smart thing and actually pay to have your stuff advertised. And if you're kind of like skeptical of doing that, then maybe you need to reassess your content, because if you wouldn't pay to have somebody see it because you're so sure that people will click on it and like it, then maybe you should up your content quality a little bit. Now, content quality doesn't mean buying a $900 camera and a PewDiePie chair. It means making sure what you're giving to the people is engaging and entertaining, because that's what you are there for. And it kind of I kind of got like a rude awakening myself when I, a couple weeks ago, I was rated on stream, and I had like 30 viewers, and I kind of like realized I really don't like that. I don't like having a whole group of people I need to keep entertained live. Like, YouTube's fine. You guys can watch this on your own time, and I don't have to deal with you. I don't like the live shit, and it hit me hard. I'm like, wow, I've been doing this for so long, and I actually don't think I like it. So definitely evaluate yourself and make sure that's something you want to do. First of all, is stream and not just play video games. I feel like a lot of people who are like approaching 30 or just hit 30 are kind of having this crisis where they've been playing video games through their 20s and they're not really fucking good at anything. They have no life skills. They don't deal with people very well. And instead of like going out and developing real world skills and learning how the real world game works, they'll just put that to the side and play video games, but then they'll stream on top of it as a way to disguise the fact that they're just playing video games as 30 or 40 years olds, right? They're kind of just like justifying the reason they're doing it because they're at least trying to monetize it. I think the best of people, I don't think everybody that's streaming is of course doing that, but I feel like there is a small proportion of people, I've been doing that for a little while myself, that I'll stream because I feel, if I'm going to play video games, I might as well at least try to make some money. And it's like, no, I'm not actually trying to fucking make money, because if I was trying to make money, I would invest in myself. I would make sure my content's good. I would actually be on a solid schedule. I wouldn't like stay up till 5 a.m. and sleep until 2 and then decide and then just fucking go live whenever the fuck I felt like it. It's like, yeah, this is the mentality of somebody who's not going to get views. Like, you don't give a shit at all, right? So, I saw that in myself, and I'm just hoping maybe somebody will wake somebody up, and then they'll realize before that it's 2 years later that, wow, maybe, I better get serious about this, or maybe I should do something else. And there's nothing wrong with realizing this, and by get serious, you don't have to be like fucking Gary Vee. You don't have to work 18 hours a day. Just have some consistency with it, and give it some actual effort. Rather than just buy cool things and think that's what makes a stream good, right? Like that's the easy part of streaming, is buying all the cool stuff to make your stream look and sound and feel great. The hard part is the part that nobody can get right, is having decent content, talking about things that matter. One of my friends was afraid to offend people, so they would kind of not be their truth selves, or they would constantly be self-censoring. And that's another thing, you can't worry about other people if you want to be a streamer, because you are a people pleaser now. This is what you do, you stream. And it's there are sacrifices, and it is work, and people don't really think that. Like, when they see Shroud and Ninja in these mansions and they're playing video games making more than heart surgeons, they're like, wow, this is the life. But, there is work to it. It's not all fun and games. It is fun, and there are games. But if you're an introverted person like me and you don't really like entertaining people on the fly and you don't like small talk, streaming might not be for you. It's kind of lame. Or if you think, you could monetize it in a different way, maybe perhaps you could like turn the camera off and only reply through typing, and who knows, you might get views that way. As long as you're recording something that's entertaining, you don't have to have your face on camera. You don't have to have an expensive mic. It's just an idea. But the main takeaway, guys, is invest in yourself and believe in yourself. Rather than buying a $400 PewDiePie chair, why don't you spend that $400 and advertise your stream? and see just see how the public reacts to it. I would say if you don't have $400 to buy a PewDiePie chair or to advertise yourself, I would go over to TikTok and I would say put like $30 aside, and you can advertise like guaranteed 1,000 views on TikTok for about $5. Why not upload some of the best moments of your stream, like a minute video, and spend $5 on it, and do that like 6 times, and see if any of them take off. See if any of them actually get like 20,000 views. And if they do, I'd say you might have something there. If you don't, oh well, you spent $30 and you found out that maybe you need to go back to the drawing board. I think it's a really cheap way of getting some honest feedback from people, because all TikTok's doing is it's showing it to more people, guaranteed. It guarantees that people watch the video. And the rest is up to you as the creator. So anyways, yeah, like I said, just, consider investing in yourself and things that will actually make your stream grow. You can get pretty cheap LED fans for your computer. You don't need expensive ones. Fake it, guys. Like I wore a pair of fake Nikes for like 2 years, and they were cool. They were bright yellow. The whole Nike was bright yellow. Every time I went to the mall, people would just be like, "Man, I fucking love your shoes, dude. Man, I love your shoes." And I'm like, "Thanks." They were $20. You know how much these things would have cost if they were real Nikes? I don't even want to know. You know what I'm saying? It's superficial stuff like this that you're spending money on that doesn't matter and nobody cares. Like, you could have a cardboard cutout of the Halo mask and put it far enough away, and people would think you actually have the Halo mask sitting on your desk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think, guys, nobody cares. It's all for show. Everything you have in the background, it's all for show. Like, it doesn't have to be real. I'm just saying. I'm not saying be a scumbag. I'm not saying to be a fraud. What I'm saying is be smart and spend your money on things that matter. And then once you're making a little bit of a living, doing the job you love, and you've invested in yourself and you've given yourself the opportunity, then you can go buy that Halo helmet. Then you can buy that fucking Gears of War. Every time I go to GameStop, I'm like this close to buying it. I love it. The Marcus Phoenix Gears of War fucking looks cool, but I'm not spending fucking $300 on it, I'll tell you. But it's cool, and I see why people do want it. But that $300 you could spend on your advertising. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Anyways, guys, this has been a serious video from Warman. I don't do these a lot, so make sure you follow, make sure you like, share it with your friends and your moms, you fuckers. Okay? Peace.